Hey guys, Patrick Donovan, really part of the Johnson Group here with Brandon Giebler. What brokers are you in these days, Brandon? Oh, yeah, there we go. Next move. Yeah. This is good stuff. Well, thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. We're just starting this new show live so we can answer questions for people that may be looking to buy, sell. But our biggest thing was all the things, but the biggest thing that we're trying to provide is market stats and stuff. So we're gonna do a lot of market talk every week, every Thursday night at 8 o'clock. So it's gonna be about the market, how it's happening nationally, and how it affects us locally. So I'm pretty excited about this. Are you excited? I'm ready. Let's do this. All right, sweet. All right, so let's get right into it. Uh-oh, let me see. Here we go. Add the stage. There we go. All right. Look at this, Brandon. I mean, if you're a real estate agent looking at your MLS every day and you're seeing this box, price decreases 430, withdrawn 80, and expired 15. What does that make you feel like, Brandon? What do you think is going on there? Definitely cooling down. If you were trying to catch that wave from 2023, 2022, that wave is already gone. So we're on the kind of the decline as interest rates stay high. And I don't know, have you seen the interest rates lately, Brendan? They're sitting at 6.75, 6.33 for the FHA, 6.34 for a VA, and that's for your best qualified people, right?
Yeah.
And you're gonna have 20% down payment. So when you see these rates, and if you go to Mortgage News Daily, let's add that to the stage. Let's see here. If you go to Mortgage News Daily, that's where I like to go. Brandon, did you have an app on your phone for this thing?
I do. It's that in form.
That's really cool. So if you're ever curious about the rates, right there as they are, and I go there all the time just to make sure that I'm keeping track. So when I get buyers and I can advise them correctly, because I tell you what, I talked to a buyer the other day and he was kind of confused because he was like, you know what? I have great credit, and I think I'm gonna get a better interest rate to this. I'm like, Probably not. This is for your most qualified people, so just keep that in mind. You're not going to get any lower than this just because you have a great interest or a great credit score. So, what do we got in the comments over here? I see some comments going on.
Yeah.
Look at that. We got some hello, y'all.
Hey, y'all.
Thank you for joining us. Hello, y'all. I really, really appreciate it. We get to Brandon on here. Hello, y'all has been on all of our live chats, so I really, really appreciate you very much. Thank you so much.
Thanks for your loyalty.
Absolutely. Fantastic. All right. And Brandon, just keep an eye on that chat. If she says something, shout it out, baby.
Yeah. She said,
all right,
hey.
Hey, girl. All right, so market's cooling down, and we're going to break it down by city now in our area. So as you see here, Pooler, 19.6%, almost 20% drop in their prices. And Richmond Hill, 17% drop in their prices. Savannah's surprising, Brandon, only 10%. Why do you think that is?
It's because it's Savannah. It's Savannah.
It looks like they're pricing their houses better than the other places.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I concur.
Right. And the Port Wentworth almost 15. Huh?
Well, Port Wentworth. It's all right.
It's all right. That's good. I love Port Wentworth. There's a lot going on in Port Wentworth, man. I'm telling you, they're building a lot of businesses. We got a bank coming. First bank, and it's coming right outside Rice Hope. So you do bank there. They're bringing another gas station. to add to the 75 we got going up all the way to Rincon. If you run out of gas on your way from Port Wentworth to Rincon, that's a huge problem.
You've got like 100 gas stations across from each other.
I was trying to think, when I go just from 95 to on the 21, you got the one there, then you got 2, 3, 4. Then they're gonna put the Parkers across the street from the other one to make sure that you can hit them from both sides. At 5, then we got another one 6,
7 or 8.
7. There's at least 8.
Yeah, like right off the interstate.
So, but they're trying to bring in more business. I mean, they're trying to do a lot when it comes to building a business Port Wentworth. I mean, I go to the planning and zoning board meetings, and if you are in Port Wentworth and you want to know what's actually going on, you got to go to the planning and zoning board meeting or city council meetings. They're open
how do they know about that? How do they find out when that's happening?
Oh God, you put me on the spot on that one. I think it's the first Monday of the month. I get a calendar. It's on my calendar somewhere.
There's a
first
website.
Monday.
I'm sure you can go onto the Port Wentworth thing because I had to find it for a pooler.
The Port Wentworth website's got all of that stuff, and on the Facebook you can watch it live if you just want to watch it from home. So,
there you go.
Port Wentworth. Yeah. So anyway, prices are dropping around our area and around the country. You can see it everywhere. It's happening. It's not just like 5,000, which is actually really common. Like I see the price drop is typically like $5,000, right? Yeah, that's like the first wave. And then after that, $15,000, $20,000, $50,000. And you see one today that was $50,000 drop?
I think I saw quite a few that had crazy price drops.
Hello, y'all said these. Hello, I said these are shocking. However, the raw numbers to percentage is comparable. Okay, I feel that. All right. So now we're going to talk about Port Wentworth a little bit more. You know why?
We know why.
I'm going to tell you, I was shocked by this number. Out of the 12 that dropped their prices in Port Wentworth, 4 of them were new construction homes. Can you tell the audience why that is a weird thing to happen?
So how the new builders work, they go based off of, it's called the Builders Confidence Index. And currently, as of July, we're sitting at 33. That's not good. We are up a point from last month, which is, I guess, positive. It's moving up, but new construction, they're 9 times out of 10 not going to lower a price. They're just going to give you the kitchen sink. Like they're going to offer you anything on top of anything on top of anything to entice you to buy. So the fact that they are lowering their prices, which messes up their future comps, it kind of hurts.
Rough.
They're getting a little choked down a little bit over there. But,
absolutely, no doubt. Yeah. And you know, it's like you said, if they're dropping their prices, you know, it's getting crazy out there because, like I said, they'll give you $15,000 in closing costs and 3.99% interest rates and stuff like that before they lower the prices. They must be desperate if they're lowering the prices right now. Hello, y'all says Port Wentworth ain't nothing but neighborhoods and gas stations. Right. They aren't doing anything for quality of life. Well, they're putting in Anchor Park, which is a huge project for Port Wentworth, which I'm very excited about. Have you heard about this Anchor Park, Brandon?
Yeah.
Ghost Pirates practice facility going to be there. They're going to have a bar and grill. It's going to have, kids that can learn how to ice skate and stuff. So I think they're trying their best to get away from that. There was reasons like speed limit reasons on 21 why they couldn't bring different businesses in here. And they're trying to work on that. And then they're going to try to widen the highway. That's within the next 5-year plan. So Port Wentworth is trying to make it as part of GDOT's master plan. We're in that master plan. So I think that's good.
Let's just say let's enunciate on the trying part.
Dude, it's already in the works. I'm gonna tell you right now that the fiscal responsibility that Port Wentworth uses their money, like we are in really great shape. They actually leverage, I guess this is Georgia fund that all municipalities in Georgia can put their money into. So they get 5% for putting their money in there, and they can bond against it and pay out 3%. So they're making 2% on money they're spending. Can you believe that?
How does that make sense for me?
Because they sell the municipal bonds for or they're buying they're taking the loan out for 3%, but they're investing the money they have that was earmarked for that and putting in a 5% gain fund. So they're gaining 2% on everything they do. So they're doing it really smart. I really like it.
All right.
Hello, y'all said they need to revitalize their downtown, and she obviously has thoughts. That's obvious.
Ain't that the truth?
Well, they're trying their best. I have faith in the Stephen Davis. He's our city manager. He's doing a really good job. The council people are in there really trying their best to make sure that the city is up and up. So I'm super excited about it. But we're going to move on a little bit to the next part, which is this is the nationwide now, where people are taking their houses off the market. And this is a realtor.com article saying delisting surged nearly 50% as sellers who can't get their price quit the market. How do you feel about this article right here?
It's very telling, honestly. I mean, you got to have a really good net or some kind of setup of some sort to want to go into a 6% kind of interest rate, especially when the majority of people, I think it's like 40% of owned homes don't have a mortgage. So going from that into
really,
yeah,
holy cow, that's awesome.
And then turning that around into going into something that you're going to have to get a mortgage for, which doesn't mean it's going to be bigger or better or in a better location. Like some places, it's all over the place. So it's kind of hard to entice these people if they can't net what they need to pay in cash for the new house. They're probably are like, let me sit down for a second because there's so much uncertainty.
Well, not to mention not just that. No, that was actually a shocking stat. I didn't know that. That was a shocking stat. Thank you for letting me know that. I had no clue. But
yeah,
not only that, the people that okay. Not only that, but I think it's somewhere in the range that 60% have lower than a 5% interest rate. I think it's like, there's 40% that are under 3. I mean, I'm one of them. I'm not planning on moving anytime soon. Said I can't even imagine trying to buy another home and sell this one. Right. So I can see why, if I'm not going to get my price and I can't move up or downsize and pay cash, then I can understand why they wouldn't do it. What are you giving sellers as advice during this time?
Really, it's going to come down to strategy and being realistic. Honestly, really, it's you gotta it's like business. You gotta separate the emotions from the business and focus on the business aspect of it, and kind of put the emotions on the back burner because your emotions aren't worth the extra $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 for your house for people to come in and be like, this looks like everything else to me, because I didn't have my kids here. I don't have their names and heights on the wall. So like they don't have that tie there yet. So It's kind of, I think the market it's going to correct itself. And I think that it's just going to take some time. So if you're ready to be realistic or you have to move, then you got to do what you got to do. But if you don't,
maybe just hang tight.
Don't. Because, I mean, the prices are just going to continue they're going to trickle up. Very, very, very seldomly do the actual home prices start to trickle down until you get into this situation.
Well, this is why selling. This is why, real estate is hyper local, right? So it's very local to your spot. When you're doing a CMA, we're looking for houses that are very comparable in your neighborhood, right? Hello, y'all says the neighbor across the street had their house on the market for 90 days. And they think it's crazy. Hang tight and invest in your home. I totally agree with that. Hello, y'all. Very smart advice. She must watch all my videos. I don't know. We'll see. All right. So they're delisting their homes, and you're seeing it. Like you see those withdrawals. We had 80 withdrawals. So, I mean, it's happening even here.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, and I think we just kind of touched on this, but the whole thing I think a lot of people don't even realize is they feel like, and I'm going to say this is going to sound crass, or it might sound like I'm being mean. But a lot of times when you're well, a lot of times when you're giving advice to a seller, right? And okay, hey, look, we haven't got any viewings in a week, month, 2 months. We probably need to do something. We said probably we should drop the price by $10,000. Oftentimes, I hear this statement: "Well, I'm losing $10,000." What do you think when the seller says that to you, Brandon?
How do you lose something you don't have?
Exactly.
That's. I mean, it wasn't yours. That was the emotional attachment fee that you tacked on to your actual market price. That's all I think.
Well, I'll tell you sometimes, and I hate to say this because it's going to sound weird, but sometimes it's not the price, and sometimes it's not. Maybe the home is great. It's just not the time for people to buy your home. You know what I'm saying? I mean, sometimes it's just the buyers aren't out there, and this is what I'm seeing right now. They're kind of freezing the market out. It's not only houses, but it's cars too. Consumers are not going out there and purchasing stuff right now because everybody says, oh, if we just lower the interest rates, it's going to make a difference. We talked about, and we're going to go into it next. We talked about the FOMC meeting. That's where the Fed chair will, they look at the Fed rates, and this was the one for yesterday. And of course, they didn't drop the rates. If you didn't know, they did not drop the rate. Okay. So they're saying they got 2 cycles till September. September is going to be the next opportunity to drop the rates again. But Brandon, if they drop the rates, how much are they going to drop the rate, do you think?
I honestly don't see them dropping anytime soon. Watching Jerome Powell over the years and whatnot, I feel like he's just slow to the reaction part, which is kind of killing us. But I feel like Jerome Powell is more worried about like the working and all that stuff. He's not really worried about. He's worried about employment, but he's not worried about the housing market. But the housing market makes that like 19% of the GDP.
Well,
but it's not important enough to adjust or even drop it like 0.2 or 3, just something to give someone hope, maybe, because it's kind of depressing that it's just sticking and staying, but we're seeing all this just sit and saturate.
I just feel like this is the adjustment that we've been needing. I feel like, since 2010, right after the great financial crisis, or the GFC, as the people in the financial world like to call it, we just have not. We've kept rates artificially low.
Yeah.
For it was 12 years, and then they went up, and now we're finally taking our medicine, and people don't like it. You know what I'm saying? And to bring the house rates back down, because you're talking about during that pandemic time, not inflation, but the home prices went up by 30% during the pandemic time. And that shouldn't happen, right? So we got to rein it back in. So I'll be honest, I know a lot of people people that are business owners, they don't like to have they like to leverage their money. So they like to have lower interest rates so that they can, try to expand. But it almost feels like we need this correction, especially in the housing market, because there's people out there that can't, they're like, I quit. I can't, there's no way I'm gonna be able to afford a home. You know what I'm saying? And they're just like, we need the home prices come down. Because I will tell you right now, let me ask you a question, Brandon, real quick. What happens if interest rates dropped 1 full percentage point? What would happen?
2009, 2008 and 9.
I want to tell you, I'm going to tell you right now, if they drop the prices 1%, there would be so many buyers flooding the market that it would cause an inflationary reaction again. And that's what I think, I personally want to see the housing market be healthy rather than, fake gains that were exacerbated by overbidding during a pandemic time, right? I would rather come back down before the pandemic levels where it's an easy, slow rise, not a jagged skyrocketing. It's ridiculous.
Well,
Hello, y'all said.
Go ahead.
Hello, y'all said housing combined contribution to GDP generally average 15 to 18%. Yeah, that's kind of verifying what you were saying. So thank you very much. Hello, y'all. I appreciate it. And then the church said amen. Thank you for that comment. I appreciate it. If you're watching, please hit the like button. Do not forget to hit like on the YouTube, okay? Because it really helps us out. So Brandon, how you feel like our first one went? I mean, I feel like it went pretty good.
I feel like it went pretty good. I definitely concur about the market and the change. That's why I was like a 0.2 just to give them a little hope, but dropping it like dramatically is that's gonna hurt us in the long run. So though it would be nice for a second for you if you jumped in when you were supposed to, which you should have already done, but you didn't. So
right, exactly.
So I think that we just a glimmer of hope will help it, lift the spirits. So that the lag's not there, but I wouldn't drop that because I don't think that we need another 2008 or 2009 unless you work with a lot of investors because they will love it.
Well, I'll tell you,
let's drop them, baby. I got all investors.
If the hello y'all says, but it occurs in two ways: residential investment, roughly 3.5, which includes construction and new single family, multi-structure modeling, production, manufactured home, and broker fees. Yeah, I mean, that's what it says. I would say this: if I was giving advice to buyers right now, and you can tell me whether you agree or not, I'm telling you, go to new construction right now. They're desperate. Right now, they will give you. You could literally probably get whatever the heck you wanted. I mean, I'm not even joking. You want new refrigerator, blinds. You want the first baby of the salesperson. That's in the card somewhere right there. Puppies, maybe some kittens too. Like
they might include the accent wall that you saw in the model home.
There you go. So what are you giving buyers advice on resale homes, Brandon?
I mean, really right now, it's like, I feel like everyone's waiting for that perfect time. Like you want your rates to be this and the home prices to be this, but like, it's not going to happen. So if you want to do something, you want to make a move, the prices are only going to kind of either flatten-ish or they're just going to trickle. So I don't foresee them just dying. That will make you think that I can afford it now. Like the housing market's not going to drop $100,000, right? It's just not going to happen.
But if you're working with me, I'm telling you, put in a $50,000 less bid. Why not? Sellers are negotiating right now. They're scared. You know what I'm saying?
It's buyers' time to play.
Actually, I'm going to show something
you
real
can't
quick.
Win if you don't play.
Exactly. Well, I want to show you guys something real quick before we what is going on? Wait a minute. Here we go. Check this out real quick. Just want to show you guys days on market. So in Savannah, 71 days on market. Pooler's 57 actually, and all these numbers are way up as you can see. Richmond Hill 81, Fort Wentworth 68. So if your home's on the market right now, just know those numbers are very important. And like we're going to bring these numbers to you every week. So if you liked our content, please hit the like button, subscribe. Also check out T.B. and me. He's over on his channel. He's streaming right now. And watch our Nooks and Crannies. You know, we're going, I think, oh, man. Next week, we're putting out Savannah's Secret Supper in conjunction with Savannah Tech. Oh, my God. I'm so excited about this one. Woo! So you definitely want to check it out. So I really appreciate you guys watching. I'll talk to you guys soon.